I did want to ask a follow-up question in that regard, because you said you were 20 when you got your first property. Now, I don't know about you or everybody out here, but when I was 20, I was doing things that don't get spoken about on a panel. And we have a number of entrepreneurs who want to impart legacy to their children. A number of kidpreneurs in the building right now. Shout out to the amazing youth program right here at TSP, where there are youth and young adults who are having the opportunity to learn entrepreneurship early. What were some of the things that you got early on that allowed you to dive into that focus and know what to go after at such a young age, and then really drill down and learn your craft?
Well, for me, it was absolutely my parents, right? And where it's very obvious, we're in a room where we understand the value of not just educating ourselves, but pouring to our generations, right? And that's exactly what my parents did. And I grew up in a household where there was a dichotomy. Like, my mom worked and worked and worked a 9 to 5. And she worked so many hours at the post office that at the end of every year, they forced her to take vacation days because there was some, she just could not roll them over, right? And after she finally retired about 6 years ago, she worked her last day, and then she continued to get paid for 6 months from all the vacation and sick time that she had saved up before she actually quote unquote retired. But the flip side of that is my dad was and still is an entrepreneur. And I saw that journey, that waves, that up and down, right? And my children know entrepreneurship, they know business, not because I forced it down their throat, but because they were in the room with me. As a single dad, like in business meetings, they were with me. They were maybe sitting in the corner with a book, but they were overhearing the conversations. So much so that age 13, my son sold a house.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story. But not because I sat down and said, this is how you do it, but because he had been in the room for so many years that he just picked up on the language and the jargon. And so I want to applaud the parents in the house that have your children in the room. It's very, very important, because while they may not say to you, they hear more than they'll let you know, right? They're picking up what you're putting down, whether you realize it or not.